Hi, this is Brian Bell from Weezer and The Relationship, and you're listening to Cigar City Radio.
Cigar City Management has teamed up with Northside Festival to bring the Noche Buena Party series to Brooklyn. Join us Thursday, June 8th at Gold Sounds for a night of kick-ass music featuring Salt Cathedral, Dirty Dishes, Yucky Duster, Parrot Dream, and the band you're hearing right now, Fruit and Flowers. If you're anywhere near Brooklyn, you don't want to miss this official Northside Festival showcase. Tickets are available on Ticketfly. For more info, head to cigarcitymanagement.com/northside.
Welcome to Cigar City Radio, episode number 36. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen, Mr. Jason Solanas.
If I filled be high-pitched.
Oh, no. Oh, no. See, why did we give you a microphone?
Because someone needs to ask these questions. We need answers. Where are you, Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Oh, no. Oh, no. See, I would be more concerned, but This is a busy week for us. We're going to Northside Festival in New York in a couple days, like 48 hours from this podcast release. It's our third year going to Northside Festival, and we love hanging out with everybody there in Brooklyn, and we love that they want us to come and hang out with them in Brooklyn. So if you want to follow our journey to New York this week, be sure to follow Cigar City Radio on Instagram. We'll be posting on the Instagram story all week long.
Quite a bit.
At Cigar City Radio. Follow us there, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, but we'll be hitting up that Instagram story all week. So follow along. It's going to be quite the time. And if you're anywhere near New York, I know we got a lot of Brooklyn listeners, come out, hang out with us Thursday night at Gold Sounds. It's going to be quite the party. Anyways, moving on to this episode, right?
Yeah, this episode.
Yeah, this episode. Yeah. This episode was recorded at the Blind Tiger, one of our favorite spots in town to grab coffee and enjoy a nice podcast.
And some tea.
And some tea.
Yeah,
yeah. The tea. If you like your tea really sweet the way I do, order it Kool-Aid style. That's the parlance that I've been given.
It sounds dumb. It sounds dumb, but they know exactly what you're talking about, and it's good.
Yeah, it's really good. Kool-Aid style. I usually do the Jamaican Ruby Red Kool-Aid style. They're going to start calling that the Randy. They're not actually going to do that, but they should. I'm still campaigning for that one. Our guest on this episode is Tampa-based singer, songwriter, and ukulele player Ari Chi. We first met Ari at Gasparilla Music Festival. If you're a longtime listener, you'll remember that we chatted with her for a little bit right after her set at Gasparilla, and we had been waiting to sit down with her for a while. We finally got to hang out and chat for quite a bit. She's got a new album called Colorful that comes out June 6th. For more info, head to arichimusic.com, facebook.com/itsarichi. That is spelled ARICHI. arichimusic.com. Colorful, June 6th. So here it is, episode 36. So when did you start playing ukulele?
2010 in December. My mom got me a ukulele for Christmas. So shout out to her.
Yeah. She started it off, right?
Yeah, I had two guitars that were too big for me to carry around. And so I was like, ukulele, and she got it.
That's awesome. So you really wanted something that you could bring with you.
Yeah. This girl Joy in my high school, she had a ukulele and she would always like bring it around and play. So I wanted to do that too.
Yeah, it seems fun. It's a cool instrument. You can take it to the beach with you. You can just chill with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a ukulele recently. My wife's learning how to play it
Dope.
now. Yeah, it's fun.
That's what's up.
Especially since like if you learn like a couple of chords,
You
you're
know
pretty
everything.
Straight. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can do most stuff.
Most
you know?
music, honestly. I mean, most like music that's current right now is like there's like 6 chords you need to know. So yeah,
That's kind of sad, but
it's
true.
sad.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's how it is. This is like most pop songs you can root down to the. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what is it 1-4-5s? Like
Yeah,
it's
unless it's like jazz or like good music. I'm just playing.
yeah. Something a little more complex.
Yeah.
But I mean, pop music doesn't have to be complex. To be
Exactly.
good, that's
It's made to be sang by the world.
yeah.
The world is pretty basic.
You heard it here first.
No, like the mass of the world likes a lot of basic music, I should say. So, yeah.
So the first I think I heard of you was you were doing like I think it was the Post Malone cover. It was definitely some YouTube covers, and I was
That's
like,
what's up.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's somebody from Tampa doing like really dope songs on ukulele.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Is just you just wanted to start throwing stuff out?
I in Canada, my mom's Canadian, so I used to go like twice a year, and I had just gotten a Mac laptop, so I was like, I'm just gonna start posting on YouTube. And then my first like big post was J. Cole, She Knows, and that got thousands of views. It was my first video that had gotten more than like 10,000 views. So,
Wow.
and then every J. Cole cover after that went really well. So I decided that like I think people like the concept of doing rap songs on a ukulele by a singer. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what I like to do. I like to like do songs that won't sound like them once I do it. So
Yeah, like a song that you wouldn't expect to be
yeah,
on ukulele.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And you're wearing an ASAP Ferg shirt now. You done an ASAP Ferg cover?
I have not done an ASAP Ferg cover, but I found this shirt at the thrift store. And it was
Really?
dope.
Somebody thrifted that?
Yeah.
It's like brand new too.
I know.
Top Lord. That album
Yep.
came out just a couple years ago.
Yep. I was like, I'll take it.
Awesome. So do you collab with other like hip hop artists and
Oh, for sure. I mean, collab. I don't really have time for collabing unless it's with my friends, but I do get featured a lot, which is essentially the same thing, but it's like not me not saying that I don't want to, but it's not me initiating it. So people come to me for features a lot, and a lot of them are hip hop artists. So some of them are good, some of them are not, and I just keep it moving.
Yeah, you do,
you can't. Unless this song is like completely something I cannot and will not be a part of, you get your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've been a part of a lot of hip hop tracks, on rap tracks, and like Sonny Fritz. That was just one that I actually wanted to do. I work with Chris from Gat and Chris a lot. I actually did a track where I brought Gatsby, Gat and Chris, Betty Doll, Queen of X, myself, and Demo, my friend Demo. She does poetry, so that was hip hop based. So yeah, I try and stay diverse, but definitely hip hop is a huge part of culture right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to ask about something. So you were talking about collabs versus features. So is that kind of the fundamental difference then? Is like a collab is something
that that it's like, okay, two people are like, yes, we want to work with each other.
like let's get in the room, let's
do
write,
this.
let's
And a feature for me is just someone who's like, yo, I want to collab, and then I'm like, I really don't have time, but like if these are the prices if you want a feature. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just kind of like send me what you have, and you know it is paid. That's my difference in a feature is because I got paid, and a collaboration is something that I've gotten paid for collaborations too, but it's just different when you're like, oh yeah, let's do this, and like you actually can both contribute. And a lot of people do want me to do that, but I just don't have time for things that I don't necessarily feel like would like be super beneficial for both of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's also the other thing. If it's something that's going to benefit both people equally, it's a collaboration.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because if like, let's say I get a feature from Abra, and she's pretty famous. She's off of Awful Records. That would not be a collaboration for her. That would be a feature because I would be gaining more than she would, in a sense, because I don't have as many fans as she does. So just as if I did somebody who just started off, a feature with somebody, I honestly wouldn't be gaining anything from it. But some people I totally see potential in, and I do choose to work with them. So I'm actually in the midst of working with someone right now. His name's Manny, Proper Casual. He's a visual artist, but he's also really in love with doing music, and he just hasn't really started yet. So right now, I'm collaborating with him. I'm getting his first few songs ready to release. So that's just something that I see potential in, that I think that, it's just all about what you're passionate about. And so, yeah, that's the difference, I feel.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And where are you meeting these people? Like,
just at their houses. We live in Apollo Beach, so we're always the ones to travel to, and that's the other thing. Like,
nobody's gonna come out to
no
Apollo
one's
Beach,
coming
guys.
out. Yeah, so if it has to be worth it in order for us to travel. And so right now I work with Manny at his spot. Most of the time I'll just link up with people. I like to, if it's a collab, I like to be in the same room. So that you can bounce ideas off of each other. I'm working with local music right now, actually, young locals, Amin and Mari, and we're doing a 5-song EP, and all of them are going to be produced by me. And so that's a collaboration because we just got together one day, just started like cranking out hits, and like each song only took a day to construct from top to bottom. So it's just like... we sat down, I made the beat. I also, got on most of the songs, and we still have 2 songs to go. But so that I would go to St. Pete and go in their environment and work with them. And the way that they write, they bounce ideas off of each other all the time. That's how they write all of their music. So I like to go where people are always usually creating, because that's where they're probably going to be the most creative.
And you mentioned producing too, so are you doing production as well?
I'm pretty new at it. Apple Pie and January are my only self-produced songs out right now, but they are out, so if no one's heard my production, they can check that out on SoundCloud. But I love producing. It's actually really crazy how much I love it, and how easy it is for me. Mixing and mastering is going to be the part that takes me a long time to figure out, but once I decide I want to figure it out, I will. I have a bunch of people who I just send my beats so that they can mix and master it. Yeah. And then
it's a tough skill to learn.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I'd rather just put money in someone else's pocket and not have to learn that yet. But yeah, producing, been doing it since September, October, and it's amazing. Emmy Betty Doll, she inspired me to get the machine, so shouts to her, because it seems a lot easier when you see someone doing it. And so, like, to just see her pick it up and, like, just learn it, it's like, okay, cool. Like, I can do that. So, she's so talented, and, like, I know I'm talented, but it takes some time to really figure out. And I didn't know if I wanted to dedicate that time, but I saw how, like, passionate and she was and how happy it made her to be able to create something from nothing. And it's a lot easier than trying to explain, oh yeah, make this, darker and halftime and this and that, and it's not always going to be what you explain, so it's better to just do it yourself.
Yeah, it's a much easier way to get what's in your head out into sound.
Exactly. And I mean, even if I had a bass and then a producer could listen to it and reproduce that, you know, and that hasn't happened yet because I'm actually good at constructing, but even if someone wasn't, you know, they can at least get their idea out and then have it remade. So it's definitely cool and helpful. Yeah.
So you got the new album, Colorful.
Colorful.
Right? And it's not colorful.
It's
colorful. Like Mr. T.
Yes.
Yeah, like I pity the colorful.
Yes,
Yeah.
like color FOOL. I can't wait. It's like almost 15 months in the making. It was just an idea. I think after I wrote the song called Seafoam, that I just released the video for.
We were just watching that video.
I realized I was like in a theme. And I remember going through album names once I actually decided I wanted to do an album, because before, it's crazy, but majority of the songs on Colorful were already written before I decided to do an album. And that's very different because a lot of people come up with an idea and just start working off that. I wanted to release a single every month last year, and 2 months in, people were like, you should make an album. Like, if you plan on traveling, if you plan on touring, you need an album. You need something that people can, like, listen to for a while. And so I was like, okay, cool. And thank God all the songs were, like, super themed, colorful, like, really talked about colors and translated them into, like, different points in life, you know, art, music, love. And so yeah, it just fell together. It took a long time once because we had recorded all the songs, but he hadn't worked on them, like produced around them yet. Like I just basically, the process was I would go in, play a ukulele track and sing my vocals. He would have that and then create around that. So, and Troy Cedeno is who I'm talking about. And so he's a producer, and he actually engineered the project as well.
He's from Tampa also?
Yeah, he's from Tampa, but essentially he is a producer, and he just happened to have the knowledge to engineer, so he did that for me. But yeah, so Colorful was just, it just happened, and that's how I know it's meant to be, because when you know, I had to cut off this song and cut off that song and, you know, cut off that song because it was too late, you know, in the process, and I needed to hurry up and start finishing. And then once we made the track list, I realized that there's a reason for everything, because every song that I cut off later, looking back, I realized it had nothing to do with Colorful. Like, now the songs that are on Colorful are all like a cohesive story, and when people listen, they're gonna think that I spent a year and a half writing that cohesive story, when in reality I had all those songs and it just felt like together perfectly. So that's just something that's so crazy to me, because I didn't think that things could just happen the way that they did. Once you hear the album, you'll understand what I'm saying. I don't think anyone will understand until they hear it. Every song, literally, someone can make a movie, Colorful the movie. Someone can make.
Are you gonna work on that? Are you gonna do it?
I want Nicholas Sparks to do it. I don't want to do it. It's like it's a sad ending, but that's another thing. People are gonna try and, like, you know how Beyonce, you know, goes through every fan of hers thinking that Jay-Z and her broke up, right, or this and that. It's gonna happen with me and Brody, just because the first half of the album is pretty true, like, it's lovey-dovey, and the second half is fiction because, it goes south, but I'm able to write about other people, and so I think that people are gonna get confused and attached and people are gonna be emotional, and it's gonna be dope. The emotions you'll feel within the EP, I almost called it the EP because I'm not used to album yet. And the album is the first song you're gonna feel interest. The second song you're gonna feel infatuation. The third song you're going to feel like you're in love. The fourth song you're going to feel self-doubt. The fifth song you're going to go through a breakup, you're gonna feel depressed. The sixth song, you're going to go through being alone and healing, the healing process. The seventh song, you're going to actually forgive, and realize that some things just aren't worth, throwing away everything that you've worked for. And then the eighth song is closure. It's a different kind of closure. Not all closure is good. It's just closure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not all closure makes it feel better. It's just what it is. So that's what you're going to go through. And I didn't realize that was going to happen until the album was done. And so that's what's just so crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it's dope. I can't wait for you to hear it. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait to hear it. I know
Yeah.
we were listening to that Seafoam and watching the video, and even watching the video, it does feel like you're in love, because that's the third song on the album,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
All right,
It's actually, it's the third.
Yeah.
It's actually the second. I switched it
okay,
around.
okay.
It was gonna be Let It Be Known second, but Seafoam just felt more infatuated, more it just went with the story better than third. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And in the video, you get that sense that, like, all right, you're going around town and seeing the spot, like the date night spots,
that
Ybor City
phase-
Sushi House.
That phase of like everything's good, like oh my gosh, I'm in love with life.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect.
Let's just
'Cause
hold
everyone
hands and
goes
walk down the
through
beach.
it. And
Yeah.
and I mean that song is one of the realest songs that I've ever written as far as how I actually feel. So I think that's my favorite song off of the album.
Right on.
But what's crazy is it's the song that took the least amount of work. It just was my ukulele tracks, Chris Martinez from Rising Down guitar track, and then Arthur. I don't want to butcher his last name. Arthur B.
Yeah.
And he played bass, and then Troy, of course, mixed and mastered it. So I mean, that's crazy to me because that's the least amount of work, and it's my favorite. And I just think it's just because of what it means to me. I went through some crazy, amazing stuff the day before I wrote the song, so it was just just like an experience, just coming down off that like natural high of like understanding like why you're meant to be here.
Yeah.
So like it was crazy.
I was gonna ask about that. We can cut this if you want, but I know you mentioned on your social that this song was the first and last time you took psychedelics.
Yeah. Last time as of now, I've only done psychedelics once, and it was with my best friend on her birthday, and she I actually ended up being the only one that actually was tripping. So I was surrounded by people who love me, but I was the only one. So I was like a little baby in this like world of just like colors and life, and like wondering why the trees were sad when they were different colors, and like hugging every single thing I can get my hands on. It's just like a crazy feeling, but to experience that and then be able to go home and like write something that you have forever, it's cool. And I can still tap into that feeling, so that's why I don't feel like I need to do it again. I feel like once I lose that, maybe I will, but I think that's where people like overdo it. Like if you can still feel how you felt when you did it, like why do it again?
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's really it. Seafoam is my favorite color, and yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. I never. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite color
Seafoam
ever.
color, yeah.
So yeah, check the video out if you guys haven't, because it's pretty personal. It's one of the realest videos I probably ever dropped in my life. So I hope people take advantage of watching it.
So are there more videos coming from the new record too?
Yeah, I actually have 2 more unreleased. So as of now, there's 2 videos out from the album. I think people forgot, but I released Let It Be Known about 15 months ago, and that is on the album, but I didn't know it was going to be on the album at the time. So that video is actually out already too. So technically right now there's 2 songs out off of the album. So and then I also have 2 unreleased videos, one shot by Miles Cable and one shot by Forbes in Miami. So those are both going to be awesome, and pretty. I know Didn't Know is the one shot by Miles Cable, and that one's going to kind of take what I'm doing and bring it to the next level. So that's why I've held on to it for almost a year. People are like, why? And I'm just like, you have to have patience in order to do this the right way. So it's amazing. I'm also going to be working on having 8 whole videos for the 8 songs. Actually 9 videos, because I just shot the video for the intro yesterday. So technically there's 3 unreleased videos right now. And I'll be shooting another 4 or another 4 or 3 for the other remaining songs sometime throughout the year. I just want to remain I want the brand to remain relevant. I want people to remain excited about it. We have a lot of awesome stuff coming for Colorful, the brand itself. And shout out Blick for Blick Art Materials. They're going to be sponsoring me. And
sponsors are always great.
They're
always
awesome.
Great.
So, yeah, Colorful is just going to be a lot more than an album, but I'm definitely making the album aspect of Colorful relevant until the end of the year. And once that is kind of, doing well on its own, I'm going to start dropping singles. Ari Chi Friday is gonna finally start.
Ari Chi Fridays?
Yeah.
What?
So I haven't told many people about it, but I'm working on just so many songs right now that it's like driving me nuts that I can't show anyone. But it's really crazy how my sound can change but still remain me, and I'm excited for people to like be able to pick what songs they like the most or like all of them. And yeah, I'm gonna be releasing a song every week until I pop off after the album. So I got a lot of work to do, but if I can do enough work between now and that when that starts, I'll be good to go. So
it's going to be a busy year for you.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be busy. It's really going to be a busy next year because really Colorful is going to be awesome and, it's going to get a lot of love. But after that, after I feel like I've done my part, just focusing on my time on that, that's when I'm really going to be gaining fans from all aspects of music because my production sound is a lot different from what the album sounds like. The album sounds like you're going to like a Ari Chi live concert, and this is what I would sound like live, minus a couple of songs. And then, all these singles that I'll be dropping after are just totally kind of current sounding, but like still me. So I hope people like it, but I know that other people will like it. I hope my fans like it still, but I know that
you could reach a wider base.
Yeah, and so I'm not worried. I'm excited. I'm really excited to just start.
Well, it definitely feels like things have been building for you for a while, too. Yeah. I know we first talked at Gasparilla Music Fest, and that performance was amazing. You're in that amphitheater there, and it was incredibly hot.
Yeah,
but
it was so hot.
But people were really into it and sticking out, and it was cool because you had such an intimate performance, with your ukulele, and to compare that to the rest of the festival, which was like, these big bands on stage, bigger stages was cool. I think people resonate with that.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
was my first time playing with anyone besides myself, except for guitar a couple of times. But Chris Martinez usually plays guitar with me. But that day, Chris Cannon, he's from Orlando. He played on the keys, and that was
that was great.
Crazy how people reacted to that. So I think I'm gonna do more of people backing me up. Coming after the album. So yeah, that was one of my favorite performances ever, and it was just crazy how full it sounded. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, changing gears a little bit, how do you feel about the Tampa scene in general? Like
Tampa scene, super supportive. Unfortunately, because we're so close knit, a lot of things get repetitive. I feel like it's hard for people to get real support out here, only because at one point pretty much everyone has supported this person. So it's like, how much support can you really get out here, because people are sick of support showing love over and over again. I understand that. It's so small, and it's like, okay, cool, like, yeah, we already know all these people are good, and I just feel like there's not enough new people coming in who do support music and art. It's always the same people at events. Maybe there's a few new faces, but and so I think it's great, but I also think that it's time for a lot of us to start like branching out traveling more. A lot of people do, which is awesome. Really, I need to travel more. I wasn't into the idea of traveling and, you know, making connections without having my personal portfolio look like something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to go shake hands with people who could actually benefit me, but I only had 5 songs on my SoundCloud. Like, that's not what I was trying to do. So
you got to build something first.
Yeah. I'm not gonna waste money traveling when I know that after the album a lot of those no's that I might have gotten are gonna be yes. So Tampa seems amazing. I just I'm ready to leave and always come back. I'm just ready to go. I think everyone agrees that it's time. And so right now I'm just looking to figure out, like, where. So I love Tampa, and I'll never stop loving it. Tampa and St. Pete, really, they showed me so much love. And they're like family. For sure, a lot of people here, so I'm excited to keep seeing people grow. People are starting to work with each other, which is awesome. A lot of collaborations, and we're really creative out here. I just wish that we had more love, you know, from the other people out in the world. And I feel like soon we will. Somebody's gonna make it happen.
Well, that's what it takes. It takes, you know, somebody to break through for everybody else to look at our scene and say, oh, okay, there's something cool happening here, which is another reason why people should always be supportive, you know, because if one person blows up from here, it's going to put a microscope on everything that we're doing.
Exactly.
You know?
And it sucks because a lot of people who move, they, you know, before they move, they're like, oh, Tampa this, Tampa that. Like, I got y'all. I'm going to be the bridge. And then they get all caught up in the fact that wherever they moved at is a lot more busy and a lot better, and they just forget that, like, oh yeah, I did tell those people that they could stay on my couch when I move, and oh yeah, I did, and I'm not with that. So I'm gonna actually, I'm not talking about it because I just want to be about it, but I just can't wait to show people like what real support is. Kind of thing from afar, because I don't feel like a lot of people remember their mind state before they leave, and people get lost in the sauce for sure.
Right on. Well, we'll keep giving you support from our end.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So you're gonna play a song for us today?
Yeah.
Is that what you brought your ukulele? I figured you didn't bring it for nothing.
I don't know what to play. Do you guys want to hear cover or original?
Original would be great if you could. Maybe. We don't. Let's take a break before we start.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just if you want to introduce.
All right, cool. This is Apple Pie by me, Ari Chi, and I hope you like it. No, I'm not the one for you. I don't think I'm someone you should invest your time into. I'm unreliable, I'm bad at picking up the pieces. Have a lot of questions and I suck at sleep. When I do, it's with my uke, no room for you. I'm naturally a loner, call me the Rolling Stoner. I'ma leave a message at the tone, couldn't pick up the phone up. Solar system really intrigues me. Most of the time that's where my mind be. I take good news rather casually. Oh so casually. Hey, casually. Oh so casually. You want a piece of pie? I bet you do, babe. You're not the only one, them other boys do too. You're special, so I let you do me right. Do you right? I'll do you right, Roy. You want a piece of pie? I bet you do, babe. You're not the only one, them other boys do too. You're special, so I let you do me right. I'll do you right. You say I'm overthinking, but I think I'm over you. At least that's what I'm trying to be, but you keep coming on to me. Look at me like I'm glass,
See past the wall that I'm holding up. Words like knives and you stole a slice of God. There goes my barrier. To me, life is way scarier with someone there to care for you. I see you understand other people find that hilarious. Coming up so high, high, trying to steal this life. Hey, you want a piece of pie? I bet you do, babe. You're not the only one, them other boys do too, babe. You're special, so I let you do me right. I'll do you right, 'cause I'm so high. 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 Only for tonight, right? Only for tonight. Do me right. Hey, do me right, right. I'll do you right, right. I'll do you right. I'll do you right. I'll do you right, right. You want a piece of pie? Bet you do. You're not the only one, them other boys do too. You're special, so I let you do me right.
Call a fool, motherfucker.